Yerp, what's good, fight fans? It's your boy D Scott back again with another one. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's get into it, guys. Coming off UFC Fight Night, Mexico City. Um, the card was decent, mid-ish. It was alright. For hardcore fans, it was decent, tolerable to watch. There were a few good fights. Of course, the main event was very, very good to watch. But as for the rest of the card, it was suspect. Glad UFC 26 is coming up. But we know Lonnie Kavanagh decimated Brandon Moreno in that fight. But what I have to say and what I've been thinking about is that yes, he did win. There are a lot of circumstances around that fight, short notice. Everybody's glazing the hell out of him. But in my opinion, I think the win may be a little bit overrated. And I'm going to tell you why, guys. And we're going to look at the top 5 fighters in the flyweight division because this win may be kind of bittersweet for Kavanaugh. Yes, he did come in short notice after a terrible loss to Charles Energy Johnson, be the two-time champion in Brandon Moreno. But Moreno is washed, you guys. He's not the same fighter he once was. So we may not be able to read too deep into that, but I'm gonna get into it. Let me break this down for you. Um, we know he came in short notice, which kind of is really a con for both fighters. And being that Brandon Moreno didn't know much about Kavanaugh, doesn't have a whole lot of footage and hasn't been in the UFC that long. That definitely can be a con for Brandon Moreno as well in that fight. But that's not a big deal. Um, but also, guys, I do not want to take anything from Lonnie Kavanaugh and his performance. It was good. I loved his performance. I loved this tactical strategy what him and his coaches put together and how he went in there and implemented that strategy and beat Brandon Moreno hands down, not taking anything away from the kid. But we know what we got coming up in the flyweight division, and this win is gonna throw him straight into the fire. In my opinion, I think they're gonna give him one of the top 5 fighters, and I hear a lot of people talking about Brandon Royval that they want to see that fight, and that would be a good matchup as well. And Brandon Royval he's at number 4. But we're gonna start with number 5, Kyoji Horaguchi. And what Kavanaugh would look like against Horaguchi if he has what would have what it takes to beat a veteran like Horaguchi, who's looking great as of late. And I just don't think he has the skills. I don't think he's ready for Kyoji Horiguchi. I do not believe he would really fare well on the feet against Kyoji Horiguchi. Kyoji Horiguchi has that kickboxing, I mean that karate style, real bouncy, super fast and quick, and does carry power and can wrestle as well. So it's hard for me to see him beating Kyoji Horiguchi. Brandon Royval, on the other hand, I could see that being a favorable matchup for Lonnie Kavanaugh. We know how scrappy excuse me, we know how scrappy Brandon Royval is, and that he's tough as nails, and he's gonna bring the fight. But with Kavanaugh's background, how great he is in the stand up, um Brandon Royval is a lot less technical and tactical and leaves a lot of openings. So I could see Kavanaugh beating. I could see him beating Brandon Royval. Up next, At number three, we got Tatsuya Taira. And this where I really don't think Kavanagh is ready for title contention. He's not ready for the belt. Yes, he could fight for the belt. Anybody could fight for the belt, but it may be a little bit too soon. And he may want to slow it down, but I know they're gonna throw him into the fire. But he could definitely prove me wrong every bit. I've been wrong before. I'm not a genie, but just in my opinion, I don't see it. But against Tatsu Taira, the wrestling is probably just too strong. Brandon Moreno on a limp leg was able to stall Kavanaugh out and hold him up against the cage with a single leg and um to drag him out and stall and steal valuable time off the clock, you know, in that fight. But he wasn't creating damage at the same time. But if he can't handle that, I don't know how he'll handle the pressure and the wrestling of Tatsuya Taira. But with this title fight, we're gonna have some more questions answered with Tara and Joshua Van fighting at, I believe, UFC 327. I believe they're scheduled to fight. Don't quote me on that. But we're definitely going to see how much more impactful Tatsu Tara's wrestling is and how good he is on the feet as well. Because if Joshua Van negates that wrestling attack, then it's gonna be uh it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be if Joshua Van is able to evade the wrestling and Tatsuya Taira has to stand with him, it's going to be interesting to see how Taira fares and how far along his striking has come because we all know how Joshua Van gets down on the feet. He's getting it in for sure. But yeah, I don't think Kavanaugh's ready for Tatsuya Taira. Um Ali, number two, we got Manel Cop. Now, this one also may be a favorable matchup for Kavanaugh. I could see him winning this one, although I probably would still favor Manel Cap because of his power, because of his experience. He's still in his prime. He's quick and fast on the feet. Um, Other than that, if he just stops with his eye pokes and know, uh, giving them three-piece optometrist specials, we don't want to see any more of that, especially with Tom Aspinall being out in heavyweight division in shambles right now. We don't want to see any more of that, but on the feet with Manel Cap, I could see Kavanaugh having his moments, but I he would be open to getting caught with the power of Manel Cap, and that's where I would probably favor Manel Cap in that one. Pantoja. Now, number one, Alexander Pantoja in his prime. And if he's still in his prime, depending on how he looks, uh, after after he comes back from his surgery, we still have no date yet or no word on his return. Definitely, I don't see Kavanaugh being able to do anything with Alejandro Pantoja, Prime Pantoja. Too good with the grappling. Um, Too strong, too much power, too big. Just beats him all around. I really don't see him faring well with Pantoja's grappling. And last but not least, the champion of the flyweight division, Joshua Van. Um, oh man, with Joshua Van's boxing and how good he's looked of late, I can't see that one either. I can't see Kavanagh winning that fight either. But a lot of people are glazing Kavanaugh right now. They're bigging him up, and not to take anything with him, with anything from him. He deserves to be ranked. He deserves to be in the top of the division. But it's gonna be murderer's row here on out for him, and we're gonna see what Kavanaugh is made of. And I wish the best for him. That's all I can say. I wish the best for him. No hate here. Proud of what he's done. All the props to Kavanaugh for that beautiful performance, but it's gonna be tough for him. Let me know what you guys think. Do y'all think all the glaze that's going on is warranted, or do y'all think he's overrated? Brandon Moreno was washed. Where do y'all think Kavanaugh stands in this flyweight division? Let me know in the comments. Of course, like and subscribe. D Scott, Hardcore Casual MMA. I'm out. Peace.